Hello students, today we'll be starting with rotational dynamics exercise 2. This is the last lecture of this chapter, as we'll be trying to wind up in this lecture by completing all the exercise which was remaining in the previous lecture. Okay, so let's start. There is 2 theoretical questions left and rest all is numericals. So I want all of you to pause this lecture, those who are looking it now, and sit with your notebook and pen, so that all the numericals whichever I will be teaching, you have to write it down, so that for further reference you can refer to your notebook. Okay, let's start. First question is that discuss the interlocking relation between translational, rotational and total kinetic energy of a rigid body that rolls without slipping. This we have studied already. Means what? This is a circular object which is rolling along a straight line. Whenever the circular object is rolling along the straight line, there is 2 types of motion happening. Kinetic energy has been represented in 2 forms. Kinetic energy due to translational motion, as this sphere is moving in a forward direction. Another one is what? Kinetic energy due to rotational motion. Whenever the sphere is rotating, you can see this point is always moving in a straight line. So there is a translational motion happening as well as rotational motion happening of whole the sphere. Okay, so rolling motion is a combination of 2 types of motion simultaneously. Circular motion of the body about its symmetrical axis. About its symmetrical axis means what? It is always moving in this direction only. Linear motion of the body, assuming it is to be concentrated at the center of the mass. Like I have already said, the center of mass will never be changing, it will be moving in a straight line. Okay, this object possesses 2 types of kinetic energies: rotational energy, kinetic energy, and translational kinetic energy. So total kinetic energy is equal to translational kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy. Let m be the mass of the body, v be the linear velocity of the body, omega will the angular velocity, I will be the moment of inertia of the body, and k is the radius of gyration. So total kinetic energy of the rolling body is equal to kinetic energy due to translational motion plus kinetic energy due to rolling. So kinetic energy rolling, let us represent it in terms of formula. Kinetic energy's formula is what? Half mv square, where m is the mass of the object, v is the velocity, and kinetic energy of rolling rotation is equal to half I omega square, where I is moment of inertia and omega is angular velocity. Okay, we will be keeping half mv square as it is, but in terms of I, what we can represent? We can represent as mk square, where m is the mass again, k is the radius of dilation, which we have already discussed. Okay, and omega, in place of omega what we can write? Let's see. Linear velocity is radius times angular velocity. I will repeat. V is what? Linear velocity is radius times angular velocity. So omega can be written as what? V upon r. This r can be taken in the denominator. So omega can be represented as V upon r. But this is omega square. So we can write it as V square upon r square. Okay. So from this ratio what we can take? Half mv square we can take common, because it is over here as well as over here as well. So similarly has been done. Half mv square has been taken outside, and inside what was remaining? That was k square upon r square that was remaining. So it has been kept inside, that is half mv square brackets 1 plus k square upon r square. Since the values of k is different for different bodies, so kinetic energy of rolling also varies from body to body. Okay, like those who have seen my previous lecture, I have given a deep perspective what is k square upon r square. There is one numerical value based on which k square upon r square's value goes on changing, and with the help of k square upon r square's value we can find out translational kinetic energy, rotational kinetic energy, as well as total kinetic energy. So this is the equation of a kinetic energy of a rolling object without slipping. Next question. A rigid body object is rolling down an inclined plane. Derive an expression for the acceleration along the track and the speed after falling through a certain vertical distance. This is a rigid object which is falling through a vertical plane. Okay, as it is falling through this inclined plane, what will happen? When the object is over here, what type of energy it is having? When the object is over here, what type of energy it is having? It is having potential energy due to its base height. As soon as this sphere starts moving or rolling down, what will happen? Full its potential energy will be getting converted to kinetic energy. So that's what has been written. Consider a rigid body of mass m rolling and r rolling down the inclined plane. R is the radius of a plane incident theta. This road is inclined at an angle theta from the height h. When the body starts from rest, this body is starting from rest and it is rolling down the inclined plane, it loses its potential energy and gains kinetic energy. Anyways, total energy is always conserved. So we have already studied in the previous one only that kinetic energy consists of two types of kinetic energy rolling, that is kinetic energy due to translational and kinetic energy due to rolling. But whenever this bob was at certain height, then it was having which form of energy? Potential energy. So potential energy can be denoted as mgh, potential energy formula, where m is the mass of this object, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the raised height from the ground. Okay, so again in place of we have just substituted half mv square. This is the kinetic energy of translational. Kinetic energy of rotation is half I omega square. I, that is mk square omega square, can again be represented as v square upon r square. Over here we can again take half mv square. It is the same what we have done in the previous question as well, only mgh is the addition one. So half mv square we have taken out. Inside 1 plus k square upon r square is equals to mgh. You will see that this m and this m is same, so we can cancel out. We want to find out velocity, so what we will be taking? We will be taking 2 over here. ये 2 यहाँ से यहाँ पे आ जाएगा on this side. Okay, so v square can be, और ये पूरा whatever is over here, it will go directly in the denominator. So what we have got? V square is equals to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. This full is square, but we want v. हमें v का वैल्यू चाहिए, वेलोसिटी. सो व्हाट विल बी डूइंग? विल बी टेकिंग स्क्वायर रूट लेंगे. सो दिस स्क्वायर एंड दिस स्क्वायर रूट साइन विल गो अवे. अल्टीमेटली वी विल बी लेफ्ट विद v इज इक्वल्स टू अंडर रूट 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. This is equation 1. So equation 1 represents expression for the velocity of the body which is rolling down the smooth inclined plane. If we take over here sin theta, just 1 minute. If we take over here sin theta, what is sin theta? Just 1 minute. If we take sin theta, just 1 minute. What is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. If this is theta, which is opposite? This one is opposite, h, and which one is the hypotenuse? S. So this can be written as h is equals to s sin theta. This s will go over here. So what we can write? H is equals to s sin theta. H is equals to s sin theta. So therefore they have written over here h is equals to s sin theta. Okay, so as well as we can also write this a sin theta is equal to h upon s. We will name it equation 2. Linear distance traveled s can be written as h upon sin theta. I have just taken s upwards and sin theta in the denominator. Now we will be using second equation of motion, that is v square is equals to u square plus 2as. Velocity we have already found it out. U, the disc was at certain height, and this has started rolling, but its initial velocity was equal to 0 because it was at rest. So u is taken as 0 over here. 2as. Okay, a is the acceleration which we want to calculate, and s we will be seeing s is the distance traveled. Okay, v square's value we have already calculated. We have calculated the value of v. If you look over here, this is the value of v. ये किसका value है? v का. We want to substitute the value as v square, so this root sign will go away. So therefore root sign is not there. I have just substituted 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. is equals to 0 plus 2as. Again this term will go away because it is 0. We want to calculate acceleration over here from this equation. So what we will be doing, this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. Ultimately s will be there. So s will go in the denominator. S will go in the denominator. So what we can write, and this whole term will be as it is, gh brackets 1 plus k square upon r square s. But if you look at equation number 2, what does equation 2 states us? Sin theta is equals to h upon s. Sin theta is equals to h upon s. We have got over here h. We have also got over here s. H upon s can be represented as sin theta. So therefore we are writing over here sin theta. So a acceleration is equals to g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Okay, from equation 2 we have named that equation number 2. For pure sliding without friction, whenever it is sliding purely without friction and no friction is there, then this term will go away, this term will not be there. So acceleration can be represented as g sin theta, as well as velocity. Velocity, in terms of velocity also, this term will not be there. So velocity can be represented as under root 2gh. But whenever it is rolling, translational kinetic energy is to rotational kinetic energy is to total kinetic energy is equals to 1. Translational's value is 1, rotational's value is k square upon r square, and total kinetic energy's value is what? 1 plus k square upon r square. This is a numerical. Somehow an ant is stuck to the rims of the bicycle. What has been stuck? Ant is stuck to the rims of the bicycle. Take for example, this is a cycle rim, and ant is stuck over here, okay, on the wheels of the bicycle of diameter 1 meter, while the bicycle is at the center of the stand. The wheel is set into rotation. The wheel is moving. It attends the frequency. It is attending the frequency of 2 revolutions per second. It is attending the frequency of 2 revolutions per second. So n over here you will see it is attending the frequency of 2 revolutions per second. So we have written n is equals to 2 revolutions per second. Diameter of this wheel has been given 1 meter with a uniform angular acceleration. Calculate the number of revolutions completed by the ant in 10 seconds. First of all, what we have to calculate? Number of revolutions completed by the ant in 10 seconds. Next one, time taken by it for first complete revolution and last complete revolution. We have to calculate also time taken by it for first complete revolution as well as for last complete revolution. Let's start. Diameter is already been given 1 meter. As diameter is 1 meter, so radius will be 0.5 meter. So after 10 seconds, frequency has been given as 2 revolution per second. 2 revolution per second. What we have to find out? Number of revolutions completed by the ant in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, how many revolutions ant is completing, that we want to calculate, as well as time taken for first revolution and time taken for last revolution as well. As we are already knowing, the ant is stuck to the rims of the wheel. Take for example, this is a wheel and ant is stuck, this is a rim, okay. This is a rim and ant is stuck over here. So as this wheel will move, the ant will also move. So revolution completed by the wheel, total revolution completed by the wheel will be also equal to the revolution completed by the ant. N is what? 2 revolution per second. Omega, angular velocity, we are knowing n. So with the help of n, we can also find out the value of omega. Omega is what? 2 pi n. 2 pi n, and we are knowing 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. We will be keeping as it is 4 pi radian per second. We are knowing that this wheel was previously at rest. As this wheel was previously at rest, so omega 0 means what? Initial angular velocity is equal to 0. We can find out the value of alpha. So what we will be doing? First of all, we will be seeing the linear equation v is equals to u plus at. We will be using this equation. This is in linear motion. We will substitute the terms according to the angular motion. So v can be represented, v is what? Final velocity. So over here omega, v can be replaced by omega, which is final angular velocity. U is what? Initial velocity. So omega 0 can be replace it. Omega 0 is what? Initial angular velocity. A is what? Acceleration, linear acceleration. Alpha we want to find out, that is angular acceleration, and t is the same. Over here, already we have founded out angular velocity's value, that is 4 pi. As the wheel was starting from rest, so omega 0 is taken as 0. Alpha, we want to find out the value of alpha. Time span is what? After 10 seconds we want to find out. So what will happen? This 10 will go in the denominator. So what we'll be getting? Alpha is equals to 4 upon 10 pi. So 4 upon 10 can be represented as 0.4 pi radian per second square. Now we want to find out number of revolutions happening. For finding the number of revolutions, we are knowing that S, we want to find out displacement, okay, but angular displacement we want to find out. So what we will be doing, we will be comparing it first of all with a linear equation. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Similarly, S can be replaced as theta. Whenever the object is moving in a straight line, displacement is denoted as S, but whenever the object is moving in a circular manner, the displacement is represented as theta. इसको किससे represent करते हैं? थीटा से. Whenever the object is moving in a circular manner, the displacement is denoted by theta. इसको किससे represent करते हैं? थीटा से. Okay, not S, it is represented by theta. S को हम लोग linear से represent करते हैं, linear motion. Okay, so omega 0 is again 0. Half alpha's value we have founded out, that is 0.4 pi, and time span is what? 10 seconds. So 10 seconds, 10 square will be getting 100. So half into 0.4 pi. So what will happen? This 2 and this 0.4 will be getting cancelled. So we will be getting 0.2 in the numerator. 0.2 into 100 pi. 0.2 into 100 pi. So we will be getting 20 pi radian. What we are getting? 20 pi radian as an angular displacement. What we are getting? 20 pi radian as an angular displacement. Now we can find out number of revolutions it is completed in 10 seconds. Number of revolution formula. See the formula of theta. Number of revolutions formula is what? Theta upon 2 pi. Why we are taking 2 pi in the denominator? See, whenever the object is moving a complete circle, take for example from here to here is considered as half pi. यहाँ से यहाँ तक क्या कंसिडर करते हैं? half pi, and from here to here again half pi. So half pi into 4, what you will be getting? 2 pi. Are you able to understand? When the object is moving from here to here, we consider it pi. Again from here to here, we consider it another pi. So pi plus pi is 2 pi. So whenever the object is moving in a circular manner, you should be knowing it is completing a revolution of 2 pi. Okay. So over here theta's value we are knowing 20 pi, and for one revolution it is 2 pi. So we can find out number of revolutions completed. What we have to find out? Number of revolutions completed. If angular displacement is 20 pi, so in place of theta what we can substitute? 20 pi upon 2 pi. So what will happen? 2 tens are, and pi will get cancelled. So total number of revolution is 10 revolutions. What is the total number of revolution? It is 10 revolutions. It is completing. Now for first revolution we have to find out the time. One question, second question was what? For first revolution, what is the time taken? Again we will be taking the same formula. Theta is equals to omega 0 t plus half alpha t1 square. Theta's value already we have got, that is 2 pi. So we are substituting over here 2 pi. Okay. See, one revolution we are talking about. One revolution, like I have already said, whenever the circular motion is completing one complete revolution, how much theta is it is completing? 2 pi. How much revolution it is completing? Sorry, how much angular displacement it is obtaining? 2 pi. So therefore in place of theta for one revolution, we are taking 2 pi over here. Are you able to understand? I will explain one more time. Whenever the object is completing one circle, angular displacement is 2 pi. So we want to find out time required for one revolution. So in this formula theta is substituted as 2 pi. Omega 0 0 है तो यहाँ पे 0 आ गया, plus half alpha's value we have already got, that is 0.4 pi. So we are substituting 0.4 pi. T1 की जगह क्या डालेंगे? T1 we want to find out. T1 square we want to find out. So what we will be doing? ये कट हो जाएगा. दिस विल बिकम 0.2, ये क्या हो जाएगा 0.2 हो जाएगा. So 0.2 will go in the denominator. So what we are getting 2 pi upon 0.2 pi. 2 pi upon 0.2 pi. In order to remove this decimal, what I am doing, I am taking 10 raised to minus 1. उसका 2 और 2 कैंसिल हो जा रहे हैं. 10 raised to minus 1 क्या हो रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है. It is going in the numerator. So therefore it is becoming plus 1. This 2 and this 2 as well as this pi and this pi is getting cancelled. So what we are getting, T1 square is equals to 10. T1 square is equals to 10. So ultimately T1, what is the value of T1? That is root 10. If you solve it with the help of logbook, root 10's value you will be getting 316 seconds. So time required for first revolution is what? 3.16 seconds. Now what we want to find out, time required for last revolution. So what we will be doing, it takes 10 seconds to complete 10 revolution, which we have already found it out. Hence time taken for 10th revolution, 10th means last revolution, means what? It is 10th revolution minus time required for 9th revolution. Okay, 10th revolution minus time required for 9th revolution. So we have to find out now time required for 9th revolution. For this what we will be doing, we will be taking theta 9. Theta 9 means what? It is completing 9 revolutions. For one revolution it is 2 pi, for 9th revolution will be what? 2 pi into 9. So we are substituting 2 pi into 9. ओमेगा 0 0 है, सो वी आर सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग इट 0 ओनली. हाफ अल्फा की जगह क्या सब्स्टिट्यूट किया है, 0.4 पाई. T9 स्क्वायर वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट दिस वैल्यू, सो वी विल बी कीपिंग इट एज इट इज. अगेन दिस 2 कट हो जाएगा, दिस विल बिकम 0.2, ये क्या हो जाएगा 0.2. 0.2 विल गो इन द डिनोमिनेटर, 0.2 विल गो इन द डिनोमिनेटर. सो 18 पाई अपॉन 0.2 पाई. अगेन व्हाट आई कैन डू, ये पॉइंट को हटा दे सकता है. सो 2 इंटू 10⁻⁻1, 2 कट कीजिए, 2 विल व्हाट बिकम ओवर हियर 9, और ये पाई विल गेट कैंसल्ड. सो 10⁻⁻1 आफ्टर गोइंग अपवर्ड्स इट विल बिकम 9, 10⁻1 into 9 we will be getting the answer as 90. So this is the value of T9 square. We want to find out T9. तो फिर इसको कैसे करके स्प्लिट कर सकते हैं, this can be splitted in this form, that will be 3 into 3 into 10, ऐसे करके लिख सकते हैं. This is what for T9. ये किसके लिए, T9 के लिए है. 3 is 2 times, so we can take 1 3 outside, so I have done that only. 10 cannot be splitted, so I am keeping it as it is inside only. Okay, so again root 10, what we have got over here value 3.16, so we can multiply it by 3.16. So 3 into 3.16 will be getting the answer, that is 9.4868 seconds. Now time taken for 10th revolution, that is T9 minus T10 minus T9. Time required for last revolution is what, T10 minus T9. T10, what is T10? That is 10 only. T9, what we have got, that is 9.486968. So we will be subtracting it, we will be getting the answer, that is 0.5132 seconds. It can be rounded off and we can consider this value as well, 0.52 seconds. I hope that everybody has understood this one. Let's proceed for the next one. Coefficient of static friction between the coin and the gramophone. Gramophone is rotating. You might be knowing there was previously one gramophone from which sound used to come. This is a gramophone which is moving. Okay, and a gramophone disc is of 0.5. Okay, coefficient of static friction between the coin and a gramophone. I am just placing a coin at the top of this gramophone. Okay, so coefficient of static friction, you might be knowing, whenever the gramophone disc will be rotating, coin will also rotate. So coefficient of static friction between the gramophone and the coin is 0.5. Radius of the disc has been given, that is 8 centimeter. So we can convert this 8 centimeter into meter by multiplying by 10⁻². What is the minimum frequency with which it will start slipping from there? See, there is some sort of frequency at which this coin will start slipping. So we have to find out first of all this minimum frequency. By what factor will the coin change if the coin is almost at the rim? This coin is previously over here. Now if this coin is taken to the rim, so by what factor this frequency will be changing? Previously what we will be considering, this coin is at certain distance, that is 2 centimeter. ये coin कहाँ पे 2 centimeter में from this rim. इन योर टेक्स्ट बुक इट इज़ बिन गिवन पाई सेंटीमीटर. ये कॉइन का क्या सेंटीमीटर दिया है, रेडियस क्या दिया है, पाई सेंटीमीटर. बट इफ यू टेक पाई सेंटीमीटर देन योर आंसर इज नॉट अकॉर्डिंग टू द टेक्स्ट बुक. So, but if you take 2 centimeter, then everything will be according to your textbook. So we are taking over here 2 centimeter. What we are taking over here? 2 centimeter. Just 1 minute. Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay. Coefficient of static friction, that is 0.5. G they have given us to take as pi square. Acceleration due to gravity's value they have asked us to take pi square. Radius of that gramophone of that disc is 8 centimeter. 8 into 10 to minus 2. Over here radius is, I have written pi, but it should be taken as 2 centimeter like I have already said. If you take 2 centimeter then only your answer will be coming right. Okay. So whenever the disc is moving there is a frictional force created, and as the disc is moving frictional force is equal to centripetal force. Frictional force is equal to centripetal force. But centripetal force formula, what is the formula for centripetal force? There are various formulas, that is mv square upon r is equals to, there is one more formula that is m r omega square. But we will be taking the value of omega square, m r omega square. We will be taking this formula. Why we are taking this formula? Because we have to find out the value of n. If we are taking omega square angular velocity, then only it can be represented as number of revolutions. Okay. So over here you will see m and m will get cancelled. M and m will get cancelled. Mu's value is 0.5. G's value they have asked us to take as pi square. R is what? 2 into 10 raised to minus 2. Omega square के जगह क्या लिया है? 2 pi n square whole square. So 2 after squaring what is it becoming? 4 pi. So pi square n square. We have to find out this value of n square. n square का value निकालना है. So what we will be doing? 4 2s is what? 8. So I am writing over here 8. This 10 raised to minus 2 is coming in the denominator. We can take this term in the numerator. So it will become 10 square. 4 2s are 8. So it is 100 upon 16. Okay. So over here what we have done? It is n square is 100 upon 16. So after taking the square root, after taking just 1 minute. After taking the square root of this, what will happen? This square root and square root sign will go away, and this 100 square root is what? 10, and 16 square root is what? 4. So 10 upon 4 we will be getting. After solving this 10 upon 4, we will be getting the answer as 2.5 revolution per second. You can check it out in your textbook. Your textbook's answer is also the same. So this is N1. N1 means what? When coin is placed at a distance that is 2 centimeter from the axis of rotation. Now next one. Next condition is what? When this coin is taken, almost at the rim. This is a rim. So this coin is taken from here to here. Okay. So the distance now from the axis of rotation will be same of this radius of this gramophone. Radius of this gramophone is 8 centimeter. So coin is now placed at a distance 8 centimeter. So again we will be using the same formula. Mu mg is equals to m r omega square. This m and m will get cancelled. In place of this mu, coefficient of static friction, we can take the value of 0.5. G's value they have asked us to take pi square. R now we will be taking as 8 into 10 raised to minus 2. Again omega we have to find out now n2. Okay. So 2 pi n whole square. So 2 square is 4. Pi square we will be writing as it is n2. We have to find out now. So this pi square and this pi square will get cancelled, and this 0.5 can be represented as half. ये 0.5 को कैसे represent कर सकते हैं? half में. Okay. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out this value of n square. So we will be keeping this as it is. We will be taking this term and this term as well as this term in the denominator. So 8, 1 upon 8 we have got this. 4 2s are, now we will be multiplying 4 by this 2. What will this become? 4 2s is 8. So therefore we have got 2 1 upon 8. This is 1, this 8 is going over here. So we are getting 1 upon 8. And this 4 is multiplying by this 2. So we are getting another 1 upon 8 into 100. This is what 10 raised to minus 2. Try to understand. This 10 raised to minus 2 is coming over here. ये 10 raised to minus 2 कहाँ पे आ रहा है? नीचे आ रहा है. This 10 raised to minus 2 is coming in the denominator. So we can take this term in the numerator. After it goes to the numerator, what will it become? 10 raised to plus 2. Sorry, 10 raised to plus 2 we can write 10 raised to 2. So 10 raised to 2 can be written as 100. So ultimately what we have got, n square is 1 upon 8 into 1 upon 8 into 100. Again we have to take the square root. So this square root means what? This square sign and this square root sign will go away. So n will come. 100 square root is what? 10, and 2 8 is there, means 1 8 will go outside. So 10 upon 8. So it can be represented as 5 upon 4. So again the frequency when that coin is taken to the rim is 1.25. This is n2. Okay. Now we have to find the ratios of n1 upon n2. We have to find the ratios of n1 upon n2. Over here what we can do, you can take out the decimal, it is 1.25. We can take out this decimal and represent it as 10 raised to minus 2. Again we can do the same over here, 25 into 10 raised to 25 into 10 raised to what? We can write it as minus 1. 25 how many times is 5? 25 how many times is 125? 25 5 is 125. Are you able to understand? 25 5 is 125. We have taken out the decimal. Over here what we have got? 10 raised to minus 2 upon 10 raised to minus 1 into 5 we have got. If this goes upwards, ये पूरा ऊपर चले जाएगा, then what will it become? Plus 1. Plus 1. Can you tell me minus 1 plus 1 is what? Minus 1 means what? What we'll be getting? 10 raised to minus 1 मिलेगा. 10 raised to minus 1 into 5. 10 raised to minus 1. 10 raised to minus 1 into 5. So it can be represented as what? इसको कैसे represent कर सकते हैं? 0.5. Again 0.5 can be represented as half. So therefore we have got n1 upon n2 is equals to half. So what we can write? n2 को ऊपर ले लो. So what we can represent it as? n2 is equals to half n1. n2 is equals to half n1. So this is what we proved, what we have to prove. Path of racing track. Path of racing track, this is a spelling mistake. Path of racing track is to be designed for a curvature of 72 meter. Is to be designed for the radius of 72 meter, means R is 72 meter, radius is 72 meter. We are not recommending the vehicle to drive faster than 216 km per hour. Means speed of this vehicle is 2.16 km per hour. With what angle it should be tilted? We have to find out the value of theta, by what angle it should be tilted, and by what angle should be the outer edge be with respect to the inner edge. Means by what height it should be raised, that also we have to find out, as well as this value of theta also we have to find out. Okay. So over here, first of all, radius has been, we are knowing, that is 72 meter. G is what? 10 meter per second. V is what? 216 kilometer per hour. So we can represent kilometer per hour. Kilometer है, so therefore 1000 आ गया. Per means what? Hour is coming in the denominator. And in 1 hour, how many minutes are there? 60 minutes are there. In 1 minute, how many minutes are there? 60 minutes are there. And in 1 minute, how many seconds are there? 60 seconds are there. So it is 60 into 60. So therefore we will be getting 3600. ये दो जीरो कट हो जाएंगे, ये दो जीरो कट हो जाएंगे. और 10 upon 36 we can be cut it out, and we will be getting 5 upon 18. After solving this, we will be getting 60 meter per second. Width of this road has been given, that is 10 meters. What we have to find out? Angle through which it has been tilted, means theta. So we will be substituting, we are knowing this formula, tan theta, theta is equals to tan inverse v square upon rg. V का वैल्यू पता है, that is v का वैल्यू क्या है? 60. So 60 square, r radius of curvature is what? 72. So 72 I have taken. G is what? 10. So 60 into 60, 3600 upon 72 into 10. ये और ये कट हो जाएंगे, and 72 5 is 360. 72 5 is 360. So what we have got? Theta is equals to tan inverse of 5. And tan inverse of 5, if you use your logbook, you will be getting this answer, that is 78.69 degree. 78.69 degree. Now what is the next question? We have to also find the height to which it has been raised. It has to be raised. So we will be using the sine ratios. This is a angle theta. This is the angle by which the road has been raised. साइन थीटा, साइन इज व्हाट, साइन क्या है यहाँ पे, साइन इज opposite upon hypotenuse, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. So what we can write, h upon 10, sin theta can be represented as h upon 10. So h, we have to find out the value of h, raised height is what, 10 into sin theta. इसके पहले जो थीटा का वैल्यू आया वही लेना है. Whatever value of theta we have got, that only we will be taking, that is 78.69. If you use logbook, you will be getting this answer, that is 9.8. If you multiply 9.8 into 10, you will be getting the height, that is 9.8 meter. I think over here calculation is wrong, it should be 980 meter. The answer is 980 meter. Okay, the answer is 980 meter. Next one, we have to refer question 14 only in the construction as per requirement. Coefficient of static friction between the road and the tire has been given 0.8. We have to calculate the lower speed and well as the upper speed limit. So over here, this is the formula, V mean is equals to root Rg. This we have done in rotational motion with friction, banking of road with friction as well as turning. That is Rg tan theta minus mu s upon 1 plus mu s tan theta. So R का वैल्यू क्या है 72. ये पहले ही क्वेश्चन का रेफर करना है, 14th क्वेश्चन. रेडियस was given 72. G we have taken 10. Tan theta, what was the value of tan theta? 5. Static friction has been given in this question, that is 0.8. 1 plus 0.8 into 5. After solving this, we will be getting 4.2. 5 minus 0.8 is 4.2. And after solving this, 8 5 is what, 40. But over here point is there, 0.8. So we will be getting 4. So 1 plus 4, that is 5. So we will be getting 4.2 upon 5. And 720 into 4.2. 720 into 4.2, you will be getting 3024 upon 5. After solving this, you will be getting this answer. Kindly refer logbook, then you will be able to understand how I am getting this answer. Okay, you can also solve it by generally we are knowing the square of 25. What is the square of 25? That is 625. इसका square क्या है 625. So 625 से कम है 604. So we can write approx, that is 24.5. 24.5 will be getting. Okay, so this is not our ultimate answer. Our ultimate answer to find the value of V mean. V mean निकालना है, and V mean should be in kilometer per hour. V mean should be in kilometer per hour. If you leave the answer over here, then also it will be marked as right. Why I am telling it will be marked as right? Because in question paper it has been not, if it has not been asked, that answer should be only in kilometer per hour. So you can keep it as it is, but in the textbook the answer has been given in kilometer per hour. So therefore we are doing one more step. We are multiplying by 3600 upon 1000. Now what we are doing, we are converting meter per second to kilometer per hour. So it is ulta, 3600 numerator से multiply करना है और 1000 को denominator से. So we will be getting 88.5312. So approx value of this is 88 kilometer per hour. Now what they have said, what is the upper speed limit if the speed has been increased? Upper speed limit, there is no speed limit because angle is what, 5 degree. Angle क्या है 5 degree, and theta is very small as compared to 45 degree. Theta is very small as compared to 45 degree. So whenever theta is greater than or equal to 45 degree, less than, then there is no upper limit exceeding in this case. Theta क्या है, यहाँ पे theta का value बहुत छोटा है as compared to 45 degree. So there is no upper speed limit. Okay. थीटा का वैल्यू बहुत छोटा है, मीन्स दिस साइन शुड बी उल्टा एज वेल. ये साइन भी उल्टा रहना चाहिए, दिस साइन शुड बी लाइक दिस. नाउ ड्यूरिंग अ स्टंट, अ साइक्लिस्ट इज अंडरटेकिंग अ हॉरिजॉन्टल सर्कल, मीन्स वॉल ऑफ डेथ विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन, cylindrical track. This person is standing over here and this person wants to rotate himself, wants to move in this horizontal circle. This cycler, well, का radius 6.05 meter है. If and coefficient of friction has been given, that is 0.5. How much minimum speed should the shunt artist be maintained? What is the minimum speed at which he should drive this vehicle in order for not slipping downwards? Okay, if she increases the speed by 20%, how much will be the force of friction? That also we have to find out. So radius has been given as well as coefficient of static friction has been given, mass has been given, mass of that person has been given. Now try to understand this one. Whenever this person is standing over here, There's two types of force acting. One will be the weight of this object that will be downwards, weight of this object that will be downwards, and frictional force that will be in opposite direction. Frictional force will be opposite direction, and this weight of this body will be in downwards. But whenever this object is moving in a circular manner, there is one force created due to which it is directed inwards, that is centripetal force, and centripetal force will try to balance this normal reaction force. Centripetal force will be trying to balance this normal reaction force. So frictional force is equal to mu n. N is what? Centripetal force. We can substitute. N is balancing the centripetal force. So therefore in place of N, what we can write? Mv square upon R. Frictional force. Frictional force means what? It is the weight of the body only. Frictional force is equal to weight of the body. Frictional force is equal to weight of the body. So in place of frictional force we are writing as it is, and weight of the body we are writing mg. So this m and this m is getting cancelled. We have to calculate the value of v square. Velocity निकालना है. Velocity mean. So this r will go over here. So v mean square is equals to rg. R will go over here and mu will go in the denominator. So rg mu s. But we want to calculate the value of v mean, not v square. So this we will be taking square root from both the side. This square and this square root will go away, as well as this will become square. So we have written root rg upon mu s. R के जगह क्या लेना है? 6.05 and g is 10 upon 0.5. So what we'll be getting? 60.5 upon 0.5. If you try to solve it, you will be getting if see over here also after one decimal point is there, and over here also after one decimal point is there. So we can cut it out directly. Now if you go for dividing it, 5 by 605. 605. 5 answer is what? 5 minus 1 over here from 1 this 0 will go over here. 5 2 is what? Now 10. Now what is remaining? 5 is remaining, so it is 5 answer 5. So 125 is the answer. So root 125. Root 125 we are knowing, that is 11. 11 11 is 125. Now this we have got the minimum speed by which the cyclist has to move in the cylindrical depth or a मौत का कुआं. The frictional force F is equals to mg. M is what? 50 and g is what? 10. So we will be getting frictional force as well. And frictional force doesn't depend upon the speed. So even if the speed is increased, frictional force will be remaining the same, as frictional force is a limiting force. It will not be applicable if the speed is increased by 20% or whatsoever. A pendulum consists of massless string of length 20 cm and a tiny bob of mass 100 gram is set up. The pendulum is performing 75 revolutions per minute. Calculate the kinetic energy and increasing gravitational potential energy. Try to understand this pendulum is over here and this pendulum is moving from here to here. Okay. So if this full length is L, ये पूरा length L है, ये pendulum का length है. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक from here to here is H, from here to here is H. Then from here to here, the distance between from here to here can be represented as L minus H. Okay. Now if we consider cos theta in this angle, what is the value formula for cos theta? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. Cos theta क्या है? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. अगर थीटा ये है, adjacent कौन सा रहेगा? This one will be the adjacent, that will be H. Hypotenuse क्या L है, so we can write it as H upon L. So H can be represented as L cos theta. Similarly, if we apply sin theta over here, sin theta क्या है? Opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite upon hypotenuse, which is opposite side. This R is opposite side. Hypotenuse is L. So sin theta is equal to R upon L. So R can be represented as L sin theta. Now we will be applying this one, all the given terms. Number of revolution is 75 revolution per minute. As it is per minute, so we have to divide by seconds in 60 in order to convert it into revolution per second. So 75 upon 60 RPS is equal to 5 upon 4 RPS. From the figure already I have explained, from year to year is already been done. We have to find out the time period. हमें क्या निकालना है यहाँ पे? cos theta का value निकालना है. We have to find out this value of cos theta. So what we will be doing? Time period. We will be using this formula T is equal to 2 pi root L cos theta. Okay. T is equals to 2 pi root L cos theta upon G. But we are not knowing the time period. Time period नहीं पता है, लेकिन frequency पता है. We are knowing the relation between time period and frequency. T is equals to 1 upon n. So what we are doing, T is equals to 1 upon n we are substituting. लेकिन n का वैल्यू क्या है 4 upon 5. 5 upon 4 is the value of n. 5 upon 4. If n is going in the denominator, so it will be ulta, means it will be 5 upon 4 is equals to 2 pi root L cos theta upon g. We have to find out this value of cos theta. So what we will be doing, we will be taking square root from both the sides. So 4 square is 16, 5 square is what 25. यहाँ पे क्या है 2 pi, 2 का square 4 pi square. Okay, let's start with where I have stopped. Over here t is equals to 1 upon n, that is 4 upon 5, that is 2 pi root L upon g cos theta. Okay, so over here what I have done, 1 upon n, we want the values of cos theta. So what I will be doing, I will be taking square root from both the sides. So after doing 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 2 square is again 4 pi square, and this root sign will go away. In place of L, what I have done, I have substituted the value, that is 0.2. I have substituted this value over here. Cos theta we have to find out, and g's value is 10. G's value क्या लिया है 10. Okay. So what we are doing now, we have to find out this value. So 10 and 10 will get cancelled ultimately. This 4 will go in the denominator. 4 into 0.2. 4 into 0.2 is what? 4 into 0.2 is 4 into 0.2 is 0.8. So we are getting 16 upon 25 into 0.8. That is cos theta. After solving this whole, you will be getting the answer as 0.8 only. Answer क्या मिलने वाला है 0.8. So theta's value we have to find out. So theta is equal to cos inverse of 0.8. That is 37 degree. So theta's value what we have got 37 degree. We also have to find out now velocity v square. So what we will be doing, we will be taking v square is equals to rg tan theta. Rg tan theta. In place of r, what we can do, in place of r, what we can take L sin theta. Are you able to see? In place of r, what we can take L sin theta. L sin theta ले सकते हैं. And L is what 0.2. So इसलिए क्या लिया है L sin theta. L लिया है sin theta. Sin theta क्या है यहाँ पे 37. So sin 37 we have taken. G is what 10. G क्या है यहाँ पे 10 है. यहाँ पे G भी रहेगा, वो नहीं लिखा है. G भी रहेगा 10 है, and 10 tan 37, that is 0.55. Okay. So after solving all of this, we'll be getting the value of v square as 0.9. 0.9 मिलेगा. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out kinetic energy. हम लोग यहाँ पे kinetic energy find करना है, but we are not able to find out the kinetic energy directly. So for that reason, what we are doing, we are first of all calculating the value of v square. v square निकाल रहे हैं, उसके बाद kinetic energy के formula में डाल रहे हैं. So kinetic energy is half mv square. Half m. M क्या है 0.1. Mass of this object was 0.1, and v square is 0.9. After substituting this whole, you will be getting this answer as 0.04 joule, 45 joule. Writing unit is also necessary, otherwise your marks will be deducted. Now we have to, what we have to find out? We have to find out potential energy, that is mgd. D is what? L minus h. यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, this was denoting D. ये क्या बता रहा था? D is what? L minus h. So whenever the bob is at this position, what is the potential energy stored? That we have to find out. That is mg L minus h. In place of h, again what we can substitute? L cos theta. L cos theta substitute कर सकते. Over here also L is there, and over here also L is there. So what we can do? We can take out L common. So what we will be getting? mgl 1 minus cos theta. mg mass is what? 0.1. g क्या है? 10 है. L length is what? 0.2. 1 minus cos theta. Cos theta मतलब क्या? Cos theta. ये अगर उधर चले, you can see cos theta is what? 0.8. So what we are substituting over here? 0.8. 1 minus 0.8 is what? 0.2. So 0.1 into 10 into 0.2 into this, you will be getting this answer. This is the potential energy stored when the bob is at mean position. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the motorcyclist is undergoing a vertical circle. Vertical circle motorcycle is undergoing inside a sphere of death. This is a sphere of death where a motorcycle is undergoing. The speed of the motorcycle varies between 6 meter per second to 10 meter per second. V max and V mean has been given. The motorcycle is driving with the speed. calculate the diameter of the sphere of the depth. We have to calculate the sphere of depth and what is the minimum value of these two speeds. How much minimum values are possible at these two speeds, means over here what is the minimum speed required and over here which is the minimum speed required. This we have to calculate. Already they have given the speed v1 is 6 meter per second, v2 is 10 meter per second. Try to understand, whenever the vehicle is over here, its tension will be felt towards the center as well as its mass will also be felt towards the center. So tension and mass, weight of it are in same direction. But when the bob is at lowest position, what is happening? Tension is in opposite direction and weight is in downward direction. So both are opposite. Depending upon that, we'll be giving the sign as well. First of all, given v1 is 6 meter per second, v2 is 10 meter per second, diameter we have to find out, as well as at the top what is the minimum speed, and at the bottom also minimum speed we have to find out. So for this, what we will be doing at the top position, top position means what? Top position, we will see top position, you will see that tension and mg or weight are in same direction. As both are in same direction, so therefore we are taking plus over here, यहाँ पे plus ले रहे हैं, and both are balancing the centripetal force, so it is mv1 square upon r, mv1 square upon r. So t1 is equal to mv1 square upon r minus mg. यहाँ पे v1 क्या है? 6 है, 6 square is what? 36, so m into 36 upon r minus mg. Similarly यहाँ पे देखेंगे at the bottom position क्या है? It is below. Bottom position अगर देखोगे, if you see in the bottom position, T2 and mg are in different direction, so over here negative sign should be coming. यहाँ पे negative sign आना चाहिए. This is wrong. ये negative sign है, अगर यहाँ पे जाएगा तो plus हो जाएगा. So what we'll be getting? mv square upon r plus mg. Again v2 is what? 10. तो 10 square क्या हो जाएगा? 100 upon r plus g mg. Now what we have to find out? T2 minus T1 we have to find out. Subtracting, we will be subtracting this equation by this equation. After subtracting these two equations, we will be getting T2 minus T1 is equal to 100 m upon r plus mg minus 36 m upon r minus mg. Over here bracket I have still not opened. After opening this bracket, what will happen? Minus sign, this will become minus 36 और ये क्या हो जाएगा? Plus mg हो जाएगा. What will this become? Plus mg. ठीक है, ये प्लस एम जी ऑलरेडी एक वाला यहाँ पे लिख दिया है. ओके, दिस माइनस इंटू माइनस व्हाट विल बी टू बिकम प्लस, सो देयरफॉर दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग दिस वन. ठीक है, ये इसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. यू विल सी दैट 100 mgr minus 36 mgr, 100 minus 36 is what? 65 m upon r, sorry m upon r, plus mg is repeated twice, so what we can write? 2 mg. But in the previous lecture I have shown you T2 minus T1, tension at the highest point, if this is a circle, tension at the highest point minus tension at the lowest point is given by 6 mg. तो यहाँ पे क्या लिख सकते हैं? 6 mg. Okay, we have to calculate r from here. So 6 mg, we can take this 2 mg on this side, so it will become 6 mg minus 2 mg, that is 64 m upon r. So it will become 4 mg upon is equals to 64 m upon r. This m and this m will get cancelled, and we will have to calculate this value of r. ये r को ऊपर भेज देंगे, and in the denominator what will be getting? 64 upon 4g, 64 upon 4g. 4g मतलब क्या? 4 into 10, so we will be getting 64 upon 40, that is 1.6 meter. After calculating, we have to calculate diameter. We have got the radius. Diameter is twice the radius, so it is 2 into 1.6, so we will be getting 3.2 meter. Now what we have to calculate? Velocity at the topmost point, minimum velocity, its formula is root rg. So 1.6 into 10, we will be getting root 16, that is 4 meter per second. Similarly, velocity at the bottom point, it is denoted by root phi rg. So it is phi into 1.6 into 10, so we will be getting 16 into 5. So ultimately we will be getting 16. 16 square root is what? 4. So therefore 4 is going outside root 5. We can keep it as it is. Next one, a metallic ring is there whose mass is 1 kg. A metallic ring is there whose mass is 1 kg, has moment of inertia has been given of that metallic ring, and it is rotated about one of its diameter. If this is a metallic ring, it is rotating about as one of its diameter. It has been molded and remounted. इसको पिघला दिया है, मेल्ट किया है, and it is remounted in the form of a uniform thin disk of same radius, how will be the moment of inertia when it is rotating about its own axis? Now they are making this ring, ये ring था पहले, they are making this ring into a sphere, and they are rotating now with the center of axis of rotation passing through center. Now we have to find out the moment of inertia. So previously for a ring, mass has been given 1 kg, mass has already been given 1 kg, L is equals to and moment of inertia has been given, that is 1 kg meter square. Moment of inertia of a ring, that is mr square upon 2. So m is 1 r square. First of all we have to find the radius previously. Moment of inertia about this diameter, this is the moment of inertia about this diameter. So 1 moment of inertia we are knowing, mass also we are knowing, r square upon 2. So 2 will go over here, if we take square root from both the side we will be getting radius as root 2. Now for a disk, moment of inertia whenever it is passing through the center, it is mr square. Now r value we have to substitute this value only, because it is of same radius. They are constructing another sphere from a ring of same radius, so radius will be the same. This 2 square under root 2 square, this and this will get cancelled, and 2 and 2 will be also get cancelled. So moment of inertia is 1 kg meter square. So moment of inertia will not be. A big dumbbell is prepared using a uniform rod of mass 60 gram. This is a big dumbbell of a rod. This mass of this rod is 60 gram. Mass of this rod is 60 gram. Okay, then this length is 20 centimeter. Its length is 20 centimeter, means from here to here it is 20 centimeter. Two identical solid mass of sphere of mass is 50 gram, means these two spheres are identical, whose mass is 50 gram, and its radius, both the radius is 10 centimeter, each of two ends of the rod. Okay, means from here to here it is 10 centimeter. Okay, calculate the moment of inertia of that dumbbell. We have to calculate the moment of inertia of this dumbbell when it is rotating about the axis passing through its center. About an axis passing through its center, we have to find this moment of inertia. Okay, and perpendicular to its length. Over here, mass of the rod has been given, that is 60 gram. Length of the rod, that is 20 centimeter. Radius is 10 centimeter, both the spheres. Mass of the sphere, both the spheres are identical, so their mass will be also the same, that is 50 gram. Now moment of inertia of a solid sphere, this is the formula, that is 2 upon 5 mr square. Over here we will be using theorem of parallel axis. Theorem of parallel axis, how we will be using, this is a line. Okay, this is one more line which is passing through the center of mass of the sphere, and we want to find out moment of inertia of this across this line. We want to find moment of inertia across this line. Okay, across this line we want to find moment of inertia, and this is another line which is passing through the center of mass of the sphere, and distance between both of them is 20 centimeter. Okay, distance between both of them is 20 centimeter, so therefore we can take this, that is 20h square can be taken as 20 centimeter. Over here theorem of parallel axis states us I0 is equals to Is plus mx square. In place of Is we will be taking moment of inertia of the sphere. Is over here formula is already there, that is 2 upon 5 mr square, so it will be 2 upon 5 ms r square, plus again mass of the sphere only we will be considering, because we are finding moment of inertia of the sphere, ms into 8 square, that is 20 square. So again 2 upon 5 mass of the sphere is 50 into radius square, means 20 square, plus ms is again 50 into 20 square. So after solving all of this we will be getting 20 into 100 plus 20,000. So ultimately our final answer will be 22,000. Over here you will see that each and every term which is in centimeter or gram we are not converting, means final answer we will be getting in gram centimeter square. Okay, this what we have founded, moment of inertia of the sphere. Okay, now moment of inertia of the rod. Moment of inertia of the rod formula is what? IR is equals to 1 upon 12 ml square. Okay, so over here IR is what? 1 upon 12 into 60, and mass of this rod is 60 into 20 into 20, because radius of this rod was 20. So ultimately you will be getting the answer as 2,000. Now if we want to find out the moment of inertia of this dumbbell, that is 2 into Is plus IR. 2 into IS means what? Whatever we have founded, this is a moment of inertia of the sphere, that is 22,000. It is one sphere, so 2 sphere will be 2 into 22,000 plus moment of inertia of the rod, that is 22,000. So ultimately our answer will be 46,000. But in our textbook they have considered only one sphere and moment of inertia of this rod, moment of inertia of the sphere plus moment of inertia of the rod. So therefore they have got the answer as 24,000 gram centimeter square, but this answer is wrong. So this is right, that is 46,000. Over here a flywheel is used to prepare an earthen pot. This is a earthen pot which has been prepared. Okay, this flywheel is rotating at the rate of 1000 rpm, revolution per minute. It is in the form of a disc of mass 10 gram. This disc mass is 10 gram and its radius is 0.5. A lump of clay, a clay is been formed at this point. We are naming this point x from the axis of rotation, and the mass of this clay is 1.6 kg. As soon as this clay falls on this flywheel, what happens? The speed which was previously revolving at 100 rpm, now it is revolving at 80 rpm. We have to find out x now. We have to find out this distance from the axis of rotation. For this, first of all, previously it was rotating at 100 rpm, means 100 upon 60, that will be 5 upon 3 rps. Now mass of the disc MD is 10 kg. Radius is 0.4, which we have already seen. Radius of this disc was 0.4. Okay, radius of this disc was 0.4. Mass of this clay or particle which has been falling, that is 1.6 kg. It is revolving at a rate of 80 rpm, means 80 upon 60 rps. After doing this, we will be getting the answer as 4 upon 3 rps. As there is no external torque acting on it, just clay is falling on it. So angular momentum before clay has fallen is equal to angular momentum after clay has fallen. Angular momentum before clay has fallen is equal to angular momentum after clay has fallen. Before clay has fallen, L is equal to I omega, means I moment of inertia initial into omega initial. Okay, omega's value we are not knowing, so what will be denoting it as 2 pi n1, because we are knowing initial frequency as well as final frequency also we are knowing. Moment of inertia of this sphere, that is half mr square, so we will be taking half md square r square into 2 pi n1. Over here again moment of inertia after falling, so this is the moment of inertia of the sphere of the disc which is rotating. But over here we also have to consider the clay which has been fallen. His mass has also to be considered. So mp is the mass of the clay, mp is the mass of the clay which is fallen, that is 1.6, and distance from the axis of rotation. His distance from the axis of rotation was x, so this distance also we have to consider, that is x square into 2 pi nf. Nf means what? After clay has fallen, its speed has reduced, that is denoting nf. Okay, so just I have removed the brackets. Over here 2 pi also I have taken inside. 2 pi I have taken inside because 2 pi was only with this one, so I have taken this inside. Okay, so what I am doing over here, you will see that this 2 pi, this 2 pi, just 1 minute, pi and pi is getting cancelled, pi and pi and getting cancelled. 2 pi 2 md r square, this is square, sorry, this should be square. Okay, it has been misprinted, it should be square. So ultimately this half and this half will get cancelled, this half and this half is getting cancelled, and this 2 and this 2 is also getting cancelled, this 2 and this 2 is also getting cancelled. But you will see that how 2 is coming over here. Over here what I have done, I have taken half common outside. In order for taking half common, what I am doing, I am multiplying by 2 as well as dividing by 2. Try to understand, this was mp x square. Okay, so I am multiplying by 2 as well as dividing by 2. This dividing by 2, so therefore I am able to take this 2 outside, and multiplying by 2 is there, so therefore 2 is inside now. So it is mp 2x square. Okay, so mass of this disc is what? 10. So I have written 10 over here into, it is what? R square. It should be R square. Over here I have already stated, it is misprinted. Our radius of this disc is 0.4. So 0.4 square I have written. Previous moment of inertia was what? that is previous moment of inertia ni was what over here, 5/3 rps. So I have written 5/3 rps. Half has already gone. Mass of this disk is 10 again. R square is 0.4 square, so I have written 2 times 0.4 plus mp, mass of this particle, that is 1.6. Mass of this particle is what? 1.6. 2 to have written as it is. X square's value we have to find out, and nf final frequency is what? 4/3, which we have got 4/3. Okay, so over here I have tried to solve this now. You will see 1.4 square into 10, you will be getting 1.6. okay, over here this 3 and this 3 is getting cancelled, this 3 and this 3 is getting cancelled. 10 into 0.4 square, I am getting over here 1.6 into 5, 1.6 into 5. okay, over here again look over here, 1.6 I have written as it is, and over here is what? 10 into 0.4 into 0.4. again I will be getting the same answer, that is 1.6 into 2x square into 4. 1.6 into 5, 1.6 into 5, you will be getting this answer, 8. You will be getting, you will be seeing 1.6 is over here, also over here. So what we can do, we can take out 1.6 outside, and inside will be 1 plus 2x square, 1 plus 2x square into 4. okay, 4 into 1.6 is 6.4. okay, so 6.4 I have taken in the denominator. 8 upon 6.4, 8 upon 6.4, if you divide it, you will be getting the answer as 1.25. 1.25 plus is equals to 1 plus x square. You have to take 1 over here, it was plus over here, after going over here it has become negative. So after subtracting, you will be getting the answer, that is 0.185 is equals to x square, it is square. So 0.125 can be represented as 1 upon 8 as well. 0.125 can be represented as 1.8 as well. So we have to take now square root in order to find out the value of x. So this square and this square root sign and square will go away. So ultimately we will be left with x is equal to 1 upon root 8. 1 upon root 8, you will be getting the answer after solving, that is 0.35. See, there are some calculations which you have to do by yourself. This one as well as this one, you have to try it by yourself. Okay. And this is the last sum. Starting from the rest, the object rolls down along an inclined plane, rises by 3 in every 5. This object is there which is moving down. It was previously 3 meters above. Okay, now it is falling down. The object gains a speed. The object, as this object is rolling down, it is gaining a speed of root 10 meter per second, as it is traveling a distance of 5/3 along its incline. It is traveling a distance of 5/3 along the incline. What are the possible shapes? We will see now. Velocity has been given. Velocity is been given, that is 10 meter per second. Distance traveled is 5/3. We will be using this equation, that is v square is equals to u square plus 2as. It is the second equation of motion. As we have already seen, this object is starting from rest. As it is starting from rest, u is equal to 0. Velocity has been given root 10. So v square will be 10. 2 a, we will be substituting the value of acceleration. Acceleration's value is what? G sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. And displacement has been given as 5/3. Okay, displacement has been given as 5/3. If we see this one, if we take sin theta, what is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse, which is the opposite side. 3 is the opposite side, and what is the hypotenuse? 5. So in place of sin theta, what we can substitute? 3/5. This has been done over here. You can see sin theta की जगह क्या substitute किया है? 3/5. Okay, so 3/5 we have substituted. So what is happening over here? You have to solve this. You will be getting 2 into 10 into 3/5 into 5/3. Okay, 5/3 you can keep as it is. This 5 2s is 10. 5 2s is 10. So 3 2s are 6. 3 2s are 6 into 2, that is 12. What we are doing? This is 3 over here. Just 1 minute. Okay. So what is over here? This is 3 over here. यहाँ पे 3 है, यहाँ पे 5. 2 is 10. Now what is remaining? 2 2s are 4. 4 3s are 12. So we have written 12. 1 plus k square upon r square is equals to 5 upon 3. Over here 10 is already there. So what we are doing now? We are multiplying 3. How many times is 12? 3 4s is 12 and 4 5s is 20. So we are writing 10 is equals to 20, 1 plus k square upon r square. So what we will be doing, we will be taking this whole 1 plus k square upon r square over here, and we will be taking 10 in the denominator. So ultimately what will be it becoming 10 20 upon 10. This 0 will get cancelled. So it will be 1 plus k square upon r square is equals to 2. So if you take 1 over here, it will be 2 minus 1, that is 1. So k square is equals to r square. What we will be getting, k square is equals to r square. If we do square root from both the sides, what we will be getting, k is equals to r. So what is a possible shape? It is a possible shape of a ring or a hollow sphere. It is a possible shape of a ring or a hollow sphere. Thank you.